So Christa, I recently, went through a divorce myself. And one thing that stood out for me, it's the toughest thing that has ever happened to me. Going through divorce, losing everything. And having a conversation with you, today, I realized looking at the fire is that the fire dies out when you stop putting logs on. And I realized I stopped putting logs on my relationship. And this reimagined retreat that is being planned, it's basically the same philosophy. That's what I'm seeing now. That to keep the fire going, we have to put the logs on. Absolutely. And we have to relook at how we can stoke that fire.
I think this is one of the things, it's so profound what you're saying, is we often realize only too late that we've stopped stoking the fire. Yeah. We stopped really attending to the fire. To have fire right through the night, yes, we need to continue putting on the logs. But if you think of Survivor and all of those things, there's always somebody guarding the fire. There's always making sure, because that represents life.
Yes.
And our relationships are exactly like that. We need to continue looking after it. And that's exactly what Love Reimagined is about. It's not to wait until it's too late, but to really, how do we continue putting the logs on? What does it look like? Yes. What does it look like for you? Because I can go and put a certain log on, but that's not really going to maintain the way you want the fire. Yes. So we have to both go and tend to the fire, but it's a continuous thing.
It's like you said, it's both things. And I think one thing that I realized is that I was in my ego. I thought nothing was wrong. I didn't want to invest. I'm a man, the wife should be doing what she's doing until it was too late. Looking back, I would have invested now. I would put everything on the line, because I realize how important love is. And if I feel the heat of the fire and this weather at the moment, it is actually a blessing, but we forget about this. Because when I was in love, this is how strong it was. And when it got too cold, it was too late.
It sometimes happens gradually. Yes. You can feel the fire now, and then you walk back, and then you forgot how hot it was, yes, and you come back and it's cooler, but you can still feel the heat, but you don't realize it's dropped in temperature.
Yes.
And we need to stay close to the fire to realize when the temperature is dropping.
Yes. And it's to get out of that comfort zone. So that's why I love what you started this Reimagined Retreat for couples. So what type of couples is? It's probably not for those that are already divorced, right? So who is it?
It's definitely, it's people that are really, they realize that they're starting to drift.
Yes.
They realize that the temperature is cooling off. Yes. They realize they want more. And they want to make sure that we know how to stoke the fire, and how to make sure that we have a continued fire. Yes. We have the skills to do that.
Yes.
So you asked, is it for people that are at the brink of a divorce where things are really in crisis? I do believe that there's a place and a time for those relationships that really need that. Love Reimagined is not for that. This is really for people that are committed. Yes. They want to work at it. They might not know how to, but they're going to get the skills.
Yes.
And they're willing to really invest in their relationship for what is going to come, so that they can leave the retreat and they still have the skills.
Yes.
And that for me is so important, is not to have a hype, not to have just an excitement, not to have a moment where one weekend and after the retreat we fall back into the slope. We really want you to have the skills so that you can go and apply and go back to the drawing board and go and apply again.
Yes.
And that for me is my philosophy. I don't want to put the bandage. I don't want to give you a hype for one weekend.
Yeah.
I want to give you tools for a lifetime.
And my shout out is, it's not just only for the ladies, but for the men out there, is that to realize, even if you think you have the best relationship ever, even for them, right, is to say, but even if you have, maybe you want to have the fire a little bit hotter, and to realize and remind yourself, because for me it's an investment. Even if I knew that we were perfect and the fire was hot, right, it's the life lessons that we can learn in a retreat like this that can stay for us for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
So it's that investment. So from my side, anyone that has a relationship, and my question to you is, how important is your relationship? Mm-hmm. Is it so important that you are willing to invest in it? Well, I'm a man for all the men out there. Because the Viking says this is a retreat to be at, bring your partner. They're not allowed to say no. Am I right?
Absolutely. We need to both say yes.
Yes.
For a lasting relationship, we need to both step in. We can't be half pregnant.
Yes. So both of you come. The retreat, the details are below. It's somewhere. It's on the website. If you want to know more, let us know in the comments or wherever you've seen this video. Reach out to us. Come to our next retreat.
Love Reimagined.